horrible. I mean, it could get uglier. If those prices get down to $60 a barrel or below $60 a barrel, I think that's more of a concern.
Almost a premonition there. This week, the price of oil rallying to a 6-month high. Overnight crude reaching the $45 a barrel mark. This is a huge spike from what we saw at the beginning of the year. But over the past 2 years, plunging oil costs have really sent shockwaves through the Oklahoma economy. This morning, Steve Agee, economist and the dean of the OCU School of Business, joins us live. We are fortunate to have him. We're talking about the future of the oil and gas industry and the impact on Oklahoma. Steve Agee, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. It's really a pleasure to be here.
We're glad to have you. And the soundbite we just heard was from you. Did that guy look familiar? It was from you, from an interview, I believe in 2014, warning about the fact that Oklahoma companies would suffer if oil dipped below $60 a barrel. And here we are, about $45 a barrel right now. Shouldn't we, though, have predicted this drop in oil prices?
Well, sometimes it's hard to forecast the severity of those drops. I think we saw those prices falling. And because of the ramp up in oil production in the United States we've seen over the last 5-6 years, we should have had some forewarning that that was going to happen. And when Ariel interviewed me back in December 2014, we talked about that very fact.
We did. We see this $1.3 billion budget shortfall here in the state really coping with a crisis. And a lot of it has been attributed to the oil and gas plummeting, the price of oil and gas plummeting. Do you believe that the spike this week that we're seeing, this high that we're seeing, is something that we can rely on, or are there darker times to come?
Actually, I think there's brighter times to come. From the data that I've seen just in the last 2 weeks from the Energy Information Administration, it looks like the rest of this year will be fairly stable. I expect prices to stay in the $43 to maybe even $50 range by the end of this year. And next year, it looks like, according to the data, but by the end of 2017, world oil consumption and production will be fairly equal. So we're talking about 96 million barrels a day in the world being consumed and produced. And if that happens, you're going to see a ramp up in oil prices.
I mean, when we talk about, just to put things in perspective, we're talking about oil prices 2 years ago that were over the $100 mark, correct?
Right.
So what caused this big crisis? What caused the immediate drop off?
Well, oil and gas producers in the United States are so good at what they do. They're efficient at what they do. They just ramped up their production. They broke the code on shale oil like we'd already done on shale gas. And when that production ramped up, we went from 5 million barrels a day to over 9 million barrels a day just in the United States of production.
So an overproduction almost.
Right. We had an oversupply, which drives prices down. And then there was a world supply. And then we had the decline in the overall economy in the world. So we've had a very languishing demand worldwide. So a combination of demand factors and this ramp up in supply caused that plummeting price.
So a supply and demand issue there, oil companies dealing with that, and also dealing with earthquakes across our state. Those have prompted the Corporation Commission to reduce injection well volumes, maybe even shut them down in some areas. What effect is that also having on those oil companies? How detrimental is that?
Well, certainly if you're an oil company that produces from rock that produces a lot of water too, we're talking about salt water, naturally occurring salt water, and they have to dispose of that salt water. So normally injection or water disposal wells is the way you do that. So I think we've seen an indication that that seismicity is induced from those water injection wells. So the Corporation Commission has a real daunting task to try to deal with the seismicity issues, at the same time not precluding those oil companies from disposing of water to produce the oil that they need to generate the revenue to keep their companies operational.
Other places, other cities, other states are finding ways to recycle that water to get rid of it. Why can't Oklahoma do that? Or what is it going to take for Oklahoma to do that?
I think they're searching for those ways. And so I admire the commission. I think the 3 commissioners are doing a wonderful job dealing with both industry and environmental groups to try to mitigate these conditions.
We know that 12 to 15% of our state revenue, I believe that's an estimate, is generated by the oil and gas industry, unless those numbers have changed slightly. That's quite a bit when you consider how big this industry is and the impact that it's having on our economy. Is there a way for our state to diversify? We talk about that all the time. Are we too reliant on oil and gas? But are there other industries we should be exploring? And is it even realistic?
That's a great question. But look at this. When you go back to the 80s, Okay, in the 1980s, when we had the oil bust of the 80s, the state was about 28% reliant on the oil and gas industry for gross production tax revenues as a part of their total gross revenues that they receive from taxes. So from 28% down to about 12% now, you're correct on those numbers. We have diversified since the 1980s. Additional diversification is never bad. It's like diversifying your own investment portfolio. It's always good to kind of diversify and spread the risks in case one industry does turn down. The defining industry in Oklahoma is the oil and gas industry. It has been for 100 years. It will continue to do so. 80% of our domestic consumption of energy comes from hydrocarbons. And by 2040, 78% of our domestic consumption in the United States of energy will come from hydrocarbons.
What do you mean by that? So just for the lay term.
I mean, we consume oil, natural gas, and coal. Now, coal's declining in terms of consumption, mostly by electric power generation and utilities. But oil and natural gas are the dominant fuels in the United States and really around the world now. So there's a lot of push for renewables, and I'm for wind and solar and all different hydro, water, but they're still small components of our overall energy mix. So I think we need to be aware of the fact that hydrocarbons, oil, natural gas, and coal drive our economy.